Hey, speaking of pigskin, Donald Trump, in his ongoing effort to distract us from the fact that he doesn't want Melania to see the Epstein files, went after Rosie O'Donnell again. He's been threatening to revoke Rosie O'Donnell's American citizenship, which, like peeing standing up, he cannot do.
If we live through this precarious moment, if his catastrophic instinct to retaliate doesn't lead us to nuclear winter, we will have much to thank this president for, because he will have woken us up to how fragile freedom really is.
The chaos of American politics has turned into a comedy show no Hollywood writer could top. Yet Jimmy Kimmel and Meryl Streep didn't need a script to destroy Donald Trump. Their combined roast slices through the orange-tinted facade of the current president with precision sharper than any Oscar monologue or late-night punchline. Watching Trump bumble through the role of leader is like casting a mall Santa to play Hamlet. Hilarious, tragic, and so painfully out of place the audience can't.
The department's name, from defense to war, might seem like the work of weak men pathetically trying to appear to be strong, and what it turned out to be instead was a gesture so powerful it moved Secretary Pete Hegseth to write a poem about it.
At your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense.
Someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back. And this instinct to humiliate, when it's modeled by someone in the public platform, by someone powerful, it filters down into everybody's life because it kind of gives permission for other people to do the same.
If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Kimmel wastes no time framing Trump's presidency as the political version of slapstick, every stumble amplified by a world watching in disbelief. He paints a picture of a commander-in-chief who governs the same way someone plays charades. Lots of arm flailing, constant guessing, and zero actual answers. It's not leadership, it's amateur improved performed by a man who thinks standing at a podium makes him Churchill.
And before I share this, I'd like to remind you, this is a post from the President of the United States. He wrote, as previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Rosie's citizenship. She is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. Here's the thing, whenever he's spitting out, he goes back to Rosie. That's his safe space. He zeroes out.
The absurdity is endless. Kimmel highlights Trump's obsession with self-image, where every policy decision feels less about the nation and more like audition material for a reality TV revival. The economy isn't managed as a national concern, but as a Nielsen rating. The environment isn't protected. It's treated like a stage prop for applause. Trump doesn't see America as a country. He sees it as a brand, and a poorly managed one at that.
Old, woke, trans-loving Department of Defense signs. They took the letters off the wall. Oh, the Chinese must be shaking in their boots right now. Look at those letters come down, and they put a new plaque.
Then Meryl Streep enters the roast with the precision of a veteran actress delivering her most scathing role yet. She dismantles Trump with elegance born from portraying dignity, intelligence, and complexity. All the things Trump avoids like vegetables on his dinner plate. Her critique cuts deep because it's rooted in contrast. Streep's artistry stands for authenticity, while Trump's political persona is a flimsy costume that wouldn't survive a high school play.
An actor's only job is to enter the lives of people who are different from us and let you feel what that feels like. And there were many, many, many powerful performances this year that did exactly that. Breathtaking, compassionate work. But there was one performance this year that stunned me. It sank its hooks in my heart. Not because it was good. There was nothing good about it. It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter.
Streep compares Trump's administration to a poorly written soap opera filled with recycled storylines, over-the-top villains, and endless cliffhanger that never resolve. Every press conference is another bad episode. One where the lead actor forgets his lines and compensates with exaggerated gestures. Viewers may laugh, but the tragedy is that this spectacle isn't fiction. It's painfully real, and the cost is national credibility.
And his whisperers will have alerted us to the potential flaws in our balance of power in government, to how we've relied on the goodwill and selflessness of previous occupants of the Oval Office, and how quaint notions of custom, honor, and duty compelled them to adhere to certain practices of transparency and responsibility. How easily all of this can be ignored, and how the authority of the executive in the hands of a self-dealer can be wielded against the people and the Constitution and their Bill of Rights.
Kimmel doubles down, mocking Trump's endless hunger for validation. He treats global summits like red carpet premieres, desperate for approval from leaders who see through the act. It's as if he believes shaking hands on stage guarantees rave reviews. Instead, he looks like an extra who wandered into the hero scene, pretending to belong. Every handshake, every awkward grin, every self-congratulatory pat screams desperation. Streep joins in, skewering Trump's obsession with loyalty, comparing it to a director hiring only those who flatter him instead of those who can perform. Cabinet members aren't chosen for competence but compliance. It's not governance, it's casting. The tragedy. Real leadership isn't built on obedience, it's built on ability. Something Trump's White House severely lacked.
Her fat is what makes him comfortable. Meanwhile, she's about half his weight now. In fact, this photo he posted. She posted the photo. This photo he posted looks really more like him than hers. Rosie O'Donnell. How can someone so old be so childish?
Streep elevates the roast by contrasting Trump's bluster with the dignity expected of a president. She compares the Oval Office to a theater where the lights are on, the audience is seated, but the play never starts. Instead, the lead actor berates the crew and improvises lines no one understands. Kimmel swings at Trump's fragile ego, mocking how any criticism sends him spiraling. Instead of resilience, America got a man with skin thinner than a soap bubble. He treats late-night jokes as national threats, devoting presidential energy to personal vendettas. The result is a presidency that feels like a movie where every scene contradicts the last, chaotic, exhausting, and somehow still predictable.
Is that a total coincidence that this movie came out now and was made during this administration?
Well, I think the assault on the press and freedom of the press and the attempt to, by government to shut down a story is something that's risen over and over again since, Brave New World. But
since this weekend, yeah.
Kimmel takes aim at Trump's rallies, roasting how each feels less like political discourse and more like a one-man variety show. The bragging, the gestures, the empty humor, it's vaudeville wrapped in flags. What should be solemn becomes a traveling circus, with Trump demanding applause louder than any accomplishment. Streep scorches his crisis management, comparing him to a director yelling action while the set burns. He doesn't solve problems, he stages them. Kimmel adds that Trump's idea of diplomacy resembles a child trading baseball cards, loud, impulsive, and painfully naive. Foreign policy isn't a yard sale, but Trump runs it like one. The nation deserves a leader, but got a performer reading from a script he doesn't understand.
He seems to be spending a lot more time posting dumb AI videos lately. Our governor, Gavin Newsom, has been roasting him online, and so now Trump is doubling up. Last night, he posted a whole string of deep fakes, including these.
Hey, look at that! Trump! But my God, the hostile takeover of Donald Trump!
Yeah, that's what he was meant to do, repost videos with his head pasted on a man whose thighs don't rub together when he wears shorts.
Kimmel ridicules Trump's obsession with slogans. He turns governance into marketing, plastering empty phrases across podiums as if repetition makes them policy. But slogans aren't solutions, and bumper sticker politics doesn't fix complex problems. Streep closes her segment by dismantling Trump's legacy. History, she says, won't remember him as a statesman but as a cautionary tale, a warning of what happens when celebrity culture swallows democracy. The image of a titan collapses into a carnival act, a man juggling props while the tent catches fire, mistaking applause for achievement.
Right now, more than usual even, because the story Trump doesn't want you to see, and he doesn't want to see when he scrolls through that jitterbug phone, is this. The X-Files. So you know that, remember about, I don't know, a month or so ago, that birthday note and that drawing the Wall Street Journal, the Rupert Murdoch-owned Wall Street Journal reported Trump made for his buddy Jeffrey Epstein's birthday, the one Trump claimed he did not send and threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion for saying he did? Well, we finally got a look at the letter thanks to House Democrats who posted it online today.
Streep pushes the destruction further by painting Trump as the ultimate understudy who...
Streep pushes further, painting Trump as the ultimate understudy who stumbled into the starring role. He wasn't cast for talent or preparation. He just declared himself the lead. The result is a national production of forgotten lines and missing direction. Kimmel compares his supposed strength to a balloon animal, overinflated, awkward, and seconds from bursting. What's sold as resilience is just fragile theatre. Streep pierces the act, exposing that behind the smoke and mirrors, there's no grand trick, just an empty stage and a performer too proud to admit it. America isn't amazed. It's exhausted.
Incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose. We need the principled press to hold power to account, to call them on the carpet for every outrage.
Streep delivers the final blow by contrasting Trump's chaos with the gravitas of real leaders. History honors courage and intellect. Trump manufactured crises for attention. When the storms cleared, his emptiness remained exposed. Kimmel twists the knife, mocking his rallies. Pep rallies for one man's ego, filled with recycled boasts and predictable chants. What began as spectacle devolved into reruns no one enjoys. Streep dismantles the illusion once and for all. Trump's presidency isn't a drama or a comedy, it's a parody. A man playing the wrong role in the wrong genre. His legacy isn't written in marble, but scribbled in crayon, loud, messy, and fading fast. In the end, Kimmel and Streep remind the world that America's self-proclaimed leading man was never the king of the stage. Just the clown who mistook laughter for respect.